Hi everyone, welcome to Griglish Outdoors. Today we are looking at the Morakniv Basic Limited Edition, otherwise known as Colour of the Year models. So, stick around. So, again we're talking about Morakniv or Mora knives. In the past I reviewed the Mora Garberg, but the knife I have bought most consistently is the Morakniv Basic Limited Edition, which is now known as the Colour of the Year model. I've been buying them for about 8 years. They've actually been going for 10 years. They might be classed as a basic knife, but they have a lot of potential. I've used them over the years for everything from carving to food prep. Today I'm going to show you the colours that I've collected over the years. We're going to test this knife out and I'm going to give you my honest opinion of how it's performed over the past few years. So there's each of the knives I've been collecting for the last 8 years. Every year has a different colour combination. I always collect the stainless steel versions, but it also comes in a carbon steel version, and the handle colours on those versions are reversed. Like with many Mora knives, they do come with a standard polymer sheath. On the back have a belt loop, so you can attach it onto your belt. Over the years you can see there's been a nice range of bright colours. The exception to that was 2021 and 2022, where they released the two pastel colours of green and blue. The only two knives I'm missing from the entire collection are the 2016 and 2017 models. So if you know where I can get a hold of those, do let me know in the comment section below, as I'd like to complete my collection. So that's what it looks like close up. If I remove the sheath, now you can see the design of the Mora Basic. It has a very nice finger guard here. Some people might call it an oversized finger guard, but it's much bigger than the safety guard on the Mora Garberg and Mora Kansbull. When you buy this knife straight out of the sheath, it is razor sharp, but I think it's a nice looking little knife and it fits so nicely in your hand, and that finger guard really does feel nice, even I believe when you're using it for things like carving and food prep. So let's have a few facts and figures about the Mora Basic Limited Edition models. So the Mora Basic Limited Edition or Colour of the Year models come in two versions: the Basic 546, which is the stainless steel version, and the Basic 511, which is the carbon steel version. The knife's handle and the sheath are both made from polypropylene. The knife weighs 110.5 grams with a total length of 224 millimeters and a blade length of 91 millimeters. As I said, the blade material comes in two options. The stainless steel is 12C27 stainless steel, which is a hardness of 56.5 on the HRC scale. The carbon steel version is C100S carbon steel with a hardness of 58.5 on the HRC scale. The blade thickness is 2 millimeters. Because this is a budget knife, it does not have a full tang. It has what some people call a long or partial tang. And unfortunately, the back of the blade is smooth and therefore not suitable for use with a fire steel, unless you modify it yourself, and that is possible. I've seen people do that. Over the years, there have been 10 different colours, and all these knives are made in Sweden. So as you can see, it's razor sharp and easily takes the bark off this small branch. In no time, we've got the bark completely off and we're down to the main part of the wood. And it's so comfortable with that lip. I have no concerns at all of my finger slipping forward and touching the blade. If we're doing some more detailed work, that tip is extremely sharp and manageable. Of course, if we want to get lower down, again, very manageable. So the sheath, yes, they are all made of basically plastic, but they are very, very tough, sturdy. Yeah, they might get a little bit of discoloration and scuffs if you're using it heavily, but it's pretty bomb-proof in a way. I like the fact that the knife makes that clicking sound and it does lock in place into the sheath. Yes, if you did hook it on something like a branch or a bush as you were walking through, you might end up hooking it out, but you could actually put a piece of string or leather on there and wrap it over the top, connect it to the belt loop to make it more secure if you wanted to. I've never had a problem. I've never lost a knife out of one of these sheaths before. As I just showed you, there is this little notch here which does actually click into place with another Mora knife, like so. That means you can connect your knives together if, for example, you want to take two with you, or if you were really crazy, you could connect all the knives together. The sheaths easily fit on your belt, and when you want to use it, they come out easily, but they lock in place easily too. And for food prep, whether you're cutting like peppers or onions or cabbage, whether you're cutting things like meat, the knife is so sharp it goes through very, very easy and makes short work of any food prep you need to do. Over the years, I've used these knives for general bushcraft. I normally have one of these in my bag at all times alongside a couple of other knives as a backup, and they've never let me down. I would personally never use this for things like batoning as it doesn't have that full tang. I have seen people do it, and because I have a spare of this particular model, we're going to try it today just to show you. But for long-term use, I wouldn't do it. I just think you're just asking for the knife to be split. I have seen people really push it and the tang at the back does pop through this polymer handle. The blade isn't screwed into the handle is basically molded around that partial tang. But I am going to give it a go just to show you today. So as you saw, it was possible. It wasn't easy. It is a fairly thin blade and quite a short blade, and I was constantly concerned, if I'm honest, about the back of the handle splitting, but it didn't. On those smaller kind of pieces of wood, it managed to get through. But as I said, it wasn't easy, and it's not something I'd want to do with this on a regular occasion. Smaller sticks, maybe, but yeah, it's not designed for that. In a pinch and you had nothing else and you really needed to light a fire, then yeah, maybe you could use it, but nothing too big. Anything over a couple of centimeters or, you know, an inch sort of in diameter, and you're really going to risk damaging the knife and especially damaging the handle on this. But I'm not sure if you can see that even after some batoning, there is not a blemish on the blade. There's no rolling. It still feels razor sharp. No nicks, no dints. As you can see there, yeah, it's not rolled that I can see at all, which just goes to show how pretty good this steel that Mora use is. For general use around camp, cutting food, cutting rope, making little carvings, even taking bark, as I've shown you, off a branch, it's perfect. And it's so comfortable in the hand. Some people might not like a polymer handle. To be honest, I don't mind it. It doesn't feel slippy in the hand, even when your hands are sweaty. Because the way the handle is, unless you've got a super sized hand, those guards at the front and the back kind of keep your hand in place pretty well. Now, if someone who likes Mora knives but also likes collecting knives, the Mora Basic Limited Edition, or Colour of the Year, is perfect. Every year I get a new colour combination. I get a nice budget-friendly but good quality knife, which is razor sharp, very useful around camp, and it's not so expensive where, for example, if I did break one, I'd be absolutely gutted about it. And that's the thing, even though for me this is a kind of a collectible item, it is still a daily use item too. It's not as if I've got it tucked away in a cupboard and thinking, oh, it's my collectibles, I can't use them. I use them all the time. I also have the Companion and the Companion Heavy Duty, but to be honest, for basic round the camp duties, I almost prefer taking one of these out with me. They're just as useful, just as sharp. Maybe the Heavy Duty Companion is a little bit tougher, but if I want a tougher knife, I'll take my Morakniv out. So which is my favourite one? I think I'd have to go for the black and yellow. Yellow is my favourite colour anyway, but I like them all. And the good thing about these, apart from the two pastel versions from 2021 and 2022, they're all brightly coloured, so if you drop them on the floor, you can easily spot them again. Now, I might say that these knives are great value, but how much are they? Well, if you go for the stainless steel version, that costs €10.99. If you go for the carbon steel version, it's just $9.99. Of course, the price may vary depending on the country you're in. But I think for €10.99, €10, something like that, it's a bargain. Anyway, let me know what you think of the Mora Basic Limited Edition, now known as the Colour of the Year, knife from Morakniv. Have you got one of these? Would you like to buy one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so today. But for now, thanks for watching, take care, much love, see you next time.